Listen, what you're looking at here is the Marcel curling iron. The Marcel iron was invented in 1875 by a French hairstylist inventor by the name of Marcel Gretteau. Okay, Marcel Gretteau came up with an idea of creating iron in order to that you can heat up to create curls in the hair. He also invented the process called Marcel waving, which is what you see here in this picture. And they look very similar to finger waving, but these Marcel waving is done. It's a dry process of creating soft, continuous curls. So you're going to take a section of hair and you're going to start at the top of it and you're going to manipulate the iron in a back and forth motion until you have created the waves all the way to the bottom. And then you're going to start at the top and you're going to connect those waves until you have connected and created those waves all the way around the head. That's the process called Marcel waving. Okay. Now, the Marcel iron consists of 5 basic parts. Let me pick this up. Now, we have what's called the prong, which is the rod-shaped portion of the iron. And then we have the groove, which is, you can understand why it's called the groove. The groove is the kind of the curved portion that the rod or barrel fits directly down into. And then in the middle, you actually can't see it, but it's called a pivot screw that's inside here. Pivot means to turn, just like in basketball, in modeling, pivot. Pivot means to turn. Always associate something you already know with something you're trying to learn. And then we have 2 handles. And the reason I want to share this with you and teach you this, because most of us have Marcel irons at home, but they're electric. They have the same prong, groove, pivot, and they have 2 handles, except the only thing is different, you plug them up. Okay. Now, Marcel iron, prong, groove, pivot, 2 handles. Now, I want to show you how to actually hold an iron. Okay. Now, I know with your curling irons that you have at home, I see this all the time. The first thing you want to do is put your index finger. You want to put your index finger here. The index finger does not go here in order to make a curl, especially if I'm going to use a Marcel iron. What's going to happen? I'm going to burn myself because it's going to be hot. So you want to go down, move your fingers down to the handles where you have the handles that don't get, they have the covering, protective covering, so the handles don't get hot, okay? So they're going to protect the fingers. So with your index, middle, and ring finger, they go on the outside of the iron like so. Index, middle, ring, and the little pinky finger goes on the inside. This is how they should be held. This is the only way they should be held. And the thumb, the iron, it just fits right down. The other handle fits right down in there just a little bit. Now, what you don't want to do is squeeze, okay? You should hold this. See, I'm not squeezing. It's very loose, very loose. So you don't want to squeeze. What's gonna happen? You're gonna create calluses on your fingers if you try to squeeze it. So you want to be as comfortable and kind of have your fingers loose as possible. Now you're gonna click, click, click. And then you're going to roll out of the thumb. That's why it shouldn't be tight, because the iron is going to have to roll out of the thumb. Click, 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 roll the iron. Click, 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 roll the iron. Click, 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 roll the iron. Click, 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 reverse. Click, 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 reverse. Click, 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 reverse. Click, 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 roll. 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 When I was teaching cosmetology, barbering, and hair, skin, nails, everything, it doesn't matter. When you step foot in my class, this is the first thing that you're going to touch is a Marcel iron, and you're going to learn how to make curls after you learn how to hold it. You learn how to hold the iron, then the first thing you do is you're going to learn how to make a curl. That's your foundation. Click, 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 roll. Okay, well, thank you for watching my video on the Marcel iron. Just a little recap. The Marcel iron was invented in 1875 by Marcel. It consists of 5 basic parts: prong, groove, pivot, 2 handles, and he also invented what's called the Marcel wave. Okay, that's Marcel, 1875. So if you have a regular iron, I want you to practice holding the iron, but I want you to not put the index finger in that area. Just learn how to, and if you've been putting the index finger in there for years, that's going to be hard to do, but you can change it. So in the meantime, I want to show you something. This is a pressing comb. I want you to look out for my next video, because I want you to look close here. All right, this pressing comb has a lot of carbon buildup. It has a lot of carbon buildup, and I'm going to show you how to clean this. I don't know if you press your hair, if you're natural and you do silk presses, and just whatever you do. Do you know how to clean this? I'm going to show you. I'm going to teach you how to properly clean and care for your pressing combs. Now, if you want to get ahead of the game, I'm going to tell you what you need, so when that video comes out, you'll already have everything. I want you to get some ammonia, like a brass scrub or stainless steel scrubbing pad, whichever the one is that does the most heavy duty work. I think the brass does for me. And then I want you to get a very thin butter knife. You say, butter knife? Yeah. Now, if you have a pressing comb that every time you put it in the stove and you hit the front of it and all your teeth have started to jam at the beginning, I'm going to show you how to straighten all those teeth out. And you're going to have this looking brand new. Okay, well, I appreciate everything. Thank you for listening. And if you enjoyed our little class on the Marcel iron and the pressing comb, just put something in the chat and say, I enjoyed it. Thank you. Just say, I enjoyed it. That lets me know I'm going to come back with something else a little later. Thank you.